Welcome to Align Trading, taking a look at the SPY recap for today, as well as the live trades taken in Discord before going over what to be watching tomorrow. So first thing we have here in the morning in the pre-market brief for Discord members is I mentioned that we are going to be watching for this inverse head and shoulder that we have right here, as well as this cup and possible handle that we want to see if we're going to break out. Same thing right here. If we had a possible dip, which we did, and then a recovery, look for that shoulder within this blue algorithm right here. If you got trapped shorting this today, I explained you could not short this until it was below this 5-day moving average right here, which we never got below. So even right here, when it did this dip, we were still never below it, and we were able to make that recovery, forming this same yellow algorithm, and you see that shoulder giving this breakout right here. And now we have completed the cup at this level, just like we did at this level, and I explained in yesterday's video. I'll put it right here if you want to go over and watch that again, that this was the same algorithms right here, along with the algorithms and the microstructure. I was explaining that the market could still be within this range right here between 531 and 528 ahead of the catalyst that we have tomorrow, which is Nvidia earnings after market close. So that will be very important, and we can get a big move to the downside or the upside. But the key here is paying attention to if we are above or below that moving average, and we will go over this later. Now we are going to go over the 1-minute chart and the trades taken today. So now here on the 1-minute chart, the first trade that I took in the morning was here at 9:33, and the reason is because we were above that 5 MA right there. Once I entered right here, we were starting to see controlled selling with this yellow and this blue algorithm right here. And this is where I took another entry off of this inverse head and shoulder that we're seeing with the controlled selling still being above that 5 MA right there. And then once again, you see this next shoulder right there, and I take another entry. And this is where I start to protect some of my position. So after protecting some of my position right here, I start to see this same controlled selling with the yellow and the blue, and I take another entry right here off of this inverse head and shoulder, and you see that shoulder giving us this move higher within this green algorithm. I start to take more of my position as we get up here, and then we get this final candle on all my runners, and I take all of my position there. No sense not to after such a good move up like that. Can always wait for the retracement like you see right here. So as I explained here with this retracement, if it wanted to go down, we could see it grab that liquidity right here and start to dump again. However, if not, watch for this possible head and shoulder inverse right here, as well as this cup, and you see this handle, but there just really isn't much upside right here, and it starts to get into this very choppy price action. At 9:54, I explained that I was going to be done for the day. After taking this trade right here, if we went back into range and did not continue moving higher, I was not going to play the chop. So you see that is what we did. We're trying to form this larger flag microstructure right here, but it is just a bunch of chop and is very hard to trade that. However, you still could have traded this, as I explained here, back above this 530.20. You could see it start to move higher, and it did right there. Or if we started to go back below this 529.90 and form some sort of resistance right there along with this, maybe we get a move to the downside through that moving average. At 12:58, I explained that on the 30-minute chart, this blue algorithm right here could be starting to let loose, and we could see the breakout. And we do see that breakout. However, I did not trade it, but you could have traded it with this flag right here and this inverse head and shoulder, as well as that cup and handle right here. So there were a couple good trades you could have taken within this right here after breaking out of this chop and this tapering algorithm right here. Like I explained ahead of the catalyst tomorrow with Nvidia, I am not too excited for anything crazy to happen, and we have seen on the daily chart we are within this very tight range right here between this 5 MA and this upper Bollinger. So there is just no reason to be over trading within this and trying to force entries, especially after taking a great trade early in the morning. But now we will go over the 30-minute and what to watch for tomorrow. Going into tomorrow, we have closed this cup right here and are now looking for this handle with this blue and this yellow algorithm if we want to break out like that. Now, it could also take more time or not even happen tomorrow with Nvidia still being after market close. And if we go down, we could see it grab this liquidity like that and possibly try and form maybe something like this with another shoulder before making a move higher. If we start the day with a possible gap up, we could look for a retest and continue higher like that. Or if we break down from the gap up, we could see it get below the range like this and do something like that potentially. For the big move, though, the key is going to be Nvidia on Wednesday as well as Thursday. We do have some news, so pay attention to that. And then this 5-day moving average right here. But now we're going to go to the daily and talk about the trend and a little bit more about this moving average and what we can do with the news. So now on the daily chart, as I was mentioning earlier, we are within this very tight range right here. However, we are still above this 5-day moving average, and we can now look to retest this upper Bollinger Band as we often do when we are still above this 5-day moving average and in an uptrend. So be looking for that going into Wednesday and Thursday if we do start to move higher and test that upper Bollinger Band right here because we are consolidated for a big move. Now, if we go below this 5-day moving average, we can possibly fill this gap below down here at this 523 level, retesting these highs as well. That being said, please trade safe tomorrow and be patient. Understand what happens after market and don't be trying to force anything if we are range bound once again. Thank you for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe, and I will see members in the morning. Thank you.